Hey chickadees. All right, it's time for another lesson on a video. Let's look at our new calendar. Now it's May. So let's look and see. We're in the month of May now, May 2020. Today is Monday, May 4th, 2020. Have a couple of holidays coming up that I want you to think about. So this coming up Sunday is going to be Mother's Day. So I want you to make sure you do something very special for your mother on Sunday. You can make her a sweet card. I know you can come up with something sweet to do for your mom to make Mother's Day special for her. We also have 2 birthdays in May. So exciting. We have Charlize on May 23rd, and we have Avery Kate on May 24th. So we'll be celebrating your birthday all month long, Charlize and Avery Kate. So super exciting. And then Monday, May 25th, is Memorial Day. So these are the holidays you'll see on our calendar this month. All right. Our weather today is sunny still. We have been in school 152 days. So let's look at our hundreds, tens, and ones. So we're going to have to fix this to make it to make the model show correctly. Okay, so let's make our way up to 10 ones here. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, and 10. Here's 10 ones, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So what we're going to do, we're going to change these 10 ones. Oops. We're going to change these 10 ones out for 110. And now we're going to put the 10 in our tens place. Okay, now we still have 2 ones for 52. So 152 days of school. Here's our 10 tens. Let's count by tens to 100. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Here's our 5 tens for 50, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 152. 2 ones for 152 days. And there it is on our hundreds chart. We've been talking about 10 more and 10 less, 1 more and 1 less. So let's look at that on our days of school. So 1 less than 152, we just go backwards 1 is 151. 1 more than 152, we just go forward 1 is 153. If we're doing 10 more and 10 less, we go up a column for 10 less and down a column for 10 more. So let's look at 152 right here, and let's see what is 10 less than 152. We'll go up 1 column on our hundreds chart, and we'll see that it's 142 is 10 less than 152. Now, if we're finding out 10 more than 152, we go down a column on the hundreds chart because we're getting closer to our 200. We're getting more, so we go down. So 10 more than 152 is 162. All right, let's play our 10 and some more game. Okay, let's do 10 and 3 more. And let's see how many we have. Let's count this as a group of 10, and then we'll count up from there. 10, 11, 12, 13. So 10 and 3 more, 1 10 and 3 ones, that's 13. Let's do another one. Okay, now let's do 10 and 6 more. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What is 10 and 6 more? Let's start with our group of 10, and then we'll count up. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So 10 and 6 more is 16. Here's our 110. Here's our 6 ones. and that makes 16. Okay, one more. 10 and one more. We have our group of 10 here, and let's count up one more. 10, 11. 10 and one more is 11. So here's our 110, here's our 1, and that makes 11. Okay, now let's look at our hundreds chart. And we're going to find one more, one less, or 10 more and 10 less on our hundreds chart. So let's start with 90. Let's find 10 more and 10 less than 90. So here's 90, 10 more than 90. I'm going to go down on the hundreds chart. 10 more than 90 is 100. Now let's look at 90 and we'll find 10 less than 90. 10 less than 90, we're going to go up closer to our one side or down closer to our hundreds. We're getting less. 10 less than 90 is 80. So 10 more than 90 is 100. 10 less than 90 is 80. Let's look at 76. We're going to find one more than 76 and one less than 76. So here's 76. What is one less than 76? We go backwards one on the hundreds chart. One less than 76. And that is just not wanting to cooperate this time, is it? All right, so here's 76. We'll do it this way. One less than 76 is 75. One more than 76. Let's move it one more, is 77. So one less than 76 is 75. One more than 76 is 77. Okay. Now let's look at 44. We're going to do 10 more than 44 and 10 less than 44. Okay, so let's look. Here's 44. 10 more than 44. We go down one column on the hundreds chart. 44, 54. 10 more than 44 is 54. All right, look at 44. 10 less than 44, we go towards the 1, so we go up one column. 10 less than 44 is 34. Okay, now let's look at this number. A 1 and a 7 is 17. Okay, one more than 17, we just go forward one on the hundreds chart. One more than 17 is 18. Here's 17. One less than 17, we just go back one, is 16. Okay, this is a math game I like to play with you guys for centers. Today we're going to use it as a little group game, and we'll probably do this a few times. So I'm going to pull up our dice here. Okay, so we're going to pretend like these are bowling pins here. So let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we start with 10 bowling pins. Now, however many dice we roll, that's how many bowling pins we're going to take away. So let's see. Okay, so we rolled 3 bowling pins. So we're going to take 3 bowling pins away. 1, 2, 3. Okay, now how many bowling pins do we have left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 10 minus 3 equals 7. Now we're going to start with the 7 bowling pins that we have now. So this time we're going to start with 7. Okay, and we're going to roll our dice again. and we have 6. So let's see, let's take 6 away. 7 minus, let's use a different color this time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I've got 7 minus 6. That's how many we took away. Now, how many bowling pins do we have left? There's just 1. 7 minus 6 equals 1. So here are bowling pins right here, and we're starting with 10 bowling pins. We're going to roll a dice to see how many we take away. Remember, when we subtract, our answer gets smaller. The answer when we subtract is called the difference. So let's see how many we're going to take away. 2. Okay, so we're going to take 2 away the first time. So 1, 2. Now 10 minus 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 10 minus 2 equals 8. And this time we're starting with 8. And let's roll again. And we'll take 2 away. So 8 minus 2. And let's see how many we have now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 8 minus 2 is 6. This. Remember, we're subtracting, and when we subtract, our answer gets smaller. The answer when we subtract is called the difference. Okay, so we're pretend bowling. These are our bowling pins. We're starting with 10, and that's why we have a 10 right here. So we're going to roll and see how many bowling pins we get to knock down. Okay, so we're going to knock down 2 bowling pins. And let's see how many bowling pins we have left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 10 minus 2 is 8. And let's bowl again. All right, so we started with 8. And we rolled a 5. So let's take 5 away and we'll see how many more we have left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we have 3 left. 8 minus 5 equals 3. Okay, we're going to look at our farm picture and do an addition sentence. Now, when we add, we're finding the total. The answer when we add is called the sum. So let's look around and see all the different kind of animals that we have. And right now, I want you to look at our picture and see if you can find pigs and horses. We'll look for our pigs and our horses. All right, let's look at our pigs. Now, what we're going to do today is we're going to find how many pigs and horses we have in all. So we're going to find the total of pigs and horses. So first we need to count our pigs. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so we have 4 pigs. And now let's count our horses. 1, 2, 2 horses. All right. So to find the total, we're going to add and find the sum. When we add, our answer gets bigger because we're counting both groups. So let's count both the pigs and the horses in total. So 4, 5, 6. 4 plus 2 equals 6. Now, if we're doing a related fact, we could count the horses first if we wanted to and do 2 plus 4 equals 6. The related fact, all we do is change the order of the add-ins. 2 plus 4 is 6, or 4 plus 2 equals 6. All right, now let's look at our picture. And we're going to think about subtracting when we're looking at this picture. And I want you to look at the presents. and see what you notice about the presents. Do you notice that some presents have the top on them, some haven't been opened yet, and then some have already been opened? So let's look and see how many presents were opened, and then how many presents do we have left to open. So the first thing we're going to start with, when we subtract, our answer gets smaller. So we're going to start with our total number of presents, and then we're going to take away the ones that have already been opened, and then that'll show us how many more presents we have left to open. So let's look. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We've got 5 total presents, and 1, 2. 2 presents have been opened. How many presents are left for us to open? So when we subtract, our answer gets smaller. And when we subtract, our answer is called the difference. Okay, so we started with 5. 2 presents are opened. How many presents do we have left to open? Let's count the ones that are remaining. 1, 2, 3. So 5 minus 2 equals 3. And there's some other things in this picture that we can think about to subtract. So we'll do that one later, some of those later. We're going to move a counter every time we hear a sound to count it. We're also going to make 2 groups. We're going to sort some words. We're going to have some words that have short vowel sounds and some words that have long vowel sounds. So let's start with this word, slope. Let's count all the sounds we hear in slope. 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 We have 4 sounds in that word. Now, is slope a short vowel word or a long vowel word? Let's listen to the middle sound. O. We hear O in the middle of a word. The vowel saying its name, so we know that is a long vowel sound. Slope. All right, let's do another word. Snap. Let's say all the sounds we hear in snap. Snap. Snap also has 4 sounds. Okay, snap. Now let's listen to the vowel sound. Ah, 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 snap. Ah. Is ah a short vowel sound or a long vowel sound? Ah is the short vowel sound for A, so that one goes in the short vowel section. Okay, this word is smug. Let's say all the sounds we hear in smug. 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 Very good. Now let's say that vowel sound, like we're on the roller coaster. We hear as the vowel sound in smug. Is the long vowel sound or the short vowel sound? Is the short vowel sound, so that goes in our short vowels section. Our next word is slime. Let's say all the sounds we hear in slime. I'm slime. Now let's say the vowel sound we hear in slime. I. Is I the long vowel sound or the short vowel sound? I says its name, and so that goes with our long vowel. You can tell both of these have the vowel consonant E pattern, slope and slime. And that's a good way to tell. Okay. This word is swipe. Let's say all the sounds we hear in swipe. Swipe. Let's say the vowel sound by itself. I, I, I is the long vowel sound. I says its name. And again, we see the vowel consonant E pattern in swipe. This word is still. Let's say all the sounds that we hear in still. Ill, still. Here's the vowel sound. I. Is I the long vowel sound or the short vowel sound? I is the short vowel sound. This word is slate. Let's say all the sounds we hear in slate. Slate, slate. Let's say the vowel sound. A, and A is the long vowel sound. You also see the vowel consonant E pattern in this word slate. This word is snag. Let's say all the sounds in snag. Ag, snag. Now let's say just the vowel sound. A is a short vowel sound or a long vowel sound? A is the short vowel sound. This word is slide. Let's say all the sounds we hear in slide. I, slide. Now let's just say the vowel sound. I, slide. Is that the short vowel sound or the long vowel sound? Slide. In slide, I says its name, and so that is a long vowel sound. You also see the vowel consonant E pattern in slide, and so we know that I will say its name. Now let's go through both of our categories here. Let's go through the short vowel words and the long vowel words, and let's read each word together as I point. Snap, smug, still, snag, slope, slime, swipe, slate, slide. Cope, change O to A. What word do we have? Cape. Boat, change O to A. But. Get, change E to A. Got. Seed, change E to I. Side. Kite, change I to U. Cute. Net, change E to E. Neat. Okay, guys, I'm going to do a story with you, kind of like the ones that you'll find in your reading packet. We've also done some of these in the classroom together, and I want to remind you some strategies to use as you read and answer questions. One of the strategies that I want you to use is going back in the story to find your answers and use a highlighter or crayon or a pencil to underline your answers in the story. So first, let's read the story. Then we'll go and read all the questions, and then we'll go back to the story to find the answers. Okay, point to the title of our story. The title of our story is The Picnic. Read with me and point to each word as we read. My sister loves the apples that grew on the trees. I love the grapes, but we don't like the bees. My dad likes the beans that he grew on plants. Grandpa likes the hot dogs, but we don't like the ants. Grandma likes the watermelon. Mom likes the pies. Dad likes the cookies, but we don't like the flies. Swat, swat. Now, I do want to show you one word, and I'll use my highlighters to show you that they put in bold, and we'll talk about that word. We see it 3 times. This word is don't, and you see this apostrophe right here. This is the contraction for do not. So when you see this, you'll know the way you say it is don't. But we don't like the bees. But we don't like the ants. But we don't like the flies. So they wanted to make sure that they emphasize that they don't like that and everything else that they like. Okay, let's go and look at each question. So we're going to look at number 1, grew the beans. So we'll have to go back and see in our story who grew the beans. Number 2, they don't like the. So we'll go back to our story and make sure we highlight what they don't like. Number 3, Grandpa likes the. So we'll go find Grandpa's name and see what he likes. And number 4, the apples on the tree. So we'll read and see what answer to choose. Number 1, grew the beans. So let's look at the part that talks about the beans. Okay, so here's the word beans. Let's read the whole sentence. My dad likes the beans that he grew on plants. So let's see. Who grew the beans? Mom, Dad, or Grandpa? It says my dad likes the beans that he grew on plants. So we know that Dad grew the beans. They don't like the bees, cookies, or hot dogs. Now, every time at the very end, they said what they don't like. But we don't like the bees, but we don't like the ants, but we don't like the flies. So which one do they not like? Bees, cookies, or hot dogs? And right here we see that it says, but we don't like the bees. So we know the answer is A, bees. Number 3, Grandpa likes the. What does Grandpa like? Let's go find Grandpa's name. Here it is, and let's read. Grandpa likes the hot dogs. So we know the answer is not cookies or watermelon. We know the answer is hot dogs. Grandpa likes the hot dogs. It says it right there. And our last question, the apples on the trees. So let's go to see where it talks about apples. My sister loves the apples that grew on the trees. So the apples stayed on the trees, the apples grew on the trees, or the apples are on the trees. And here it is right here in our story. It says they grew. There it is right there on the trees. Let me get my highlighter back. The apples grew. Oops. On the trees. And when you're doing these in your packet, I want you to do them the same way. Go back in your story, read it a couple times if you need to, and go and highlight, underline, or use a crayon in your story to find the answers. A, all, am, and, as, at, be, boy, but, can, did, do, down, for, girl, go, had, has, have, he, her, him, his, I, in, is, it, little, look, not, of, on, other, out, said, see, she, so, some, that, the, then, there, they, to, up, was, we, were, what, when, with, you,